Willkommen meine lieben Freunde zum 53. Part von Hogwarts Legacy. Vergesst nicht ein Like und ein Abo dazulassen und jetzt viel Spaß mit dem Video.
Lumos Maxima. Lumos Maxima. Lumos Maxima.
Gehen wir wieder weiter. Und schauen, was wir jetzt für Missionen offen haben, die wir noch machen müssen. Oh. Okay, machen wir das mit. Wir haben das Wissen noch nicht beendet, das mit den Zurückkehren zur kleinen Dame, die die Schmetterlinge sehen will. So. Da gehen wir wieder rein.
Oh, please tell me you have an answer for me about the butterflies.
Natürlich, Clementine.
Hello, Miss Willardsey.
Well, what happened? Did you find them?
They led me into the forest and revealed a treasure.
Oh, how lovely. I'm glad you were rewarded for your efforts. Perhaps one day I'll be able to bring myself to go into the forest. For now, I'm happy simply knowing there's something so lovely to see, should I dare.
Okay. Danke sehr. Was haben wir hier?
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
Geredet.
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favor for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it.
Okay.
You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Upper Hogsfield.
Oh, das sind wir schon. Guten Tag.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aiden took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Okay. Wo muss ich denn dafür hin? Ah, das war... In der Höhle war ich eh schon mal.
Oh, what's the lie?
Afraid to take a
Stupid one. Incendio. Depulso. Confringo.
Okay.
Nice try.
Depulso. Confringo. Potato. Stupefy. Incendio. Confringo. Depulso. Incendio.
Reducto.
Potato. Depulso. Incendio.
Ah, du lebst noch.
Confringo.
Uff.
Incendio.
Ich will kurz nochmal in die...
Cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more. Better have a look around. See if I can find that box of letters.
Okay. Geld. Da geht's jetzt runter. Okay, was ist das? Okay.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or hold it all together. Incendio.
Oh, so.
Confringo. Incendio.
Let's go. So macht
Rest
man
easy,
das.
my large friend. Incendio.
Hier. Wir nehmen die Pilze wieder mit. Und das jetzt. Warum bewegt die Maus? Okay, die Maus ist stärker als der Troll und kann somit die... Ah ja. Okay, verstehe ich vollkommen. Was gibt's denn da? Aha, Dear Sirona. Da haben wir schon mal einen Brief.
This must be Sirona's box of letters.
Nette Eichhörnchen. Haben wir alle? Haben wir noch einen?
I should take this box of letters to Sirona.
So, let's go. So in dieses Lokal hier rein. Und die Briefkasten zurückgeben.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggamel potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
Was?
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm happy to
glad
help.
I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Vielen Dank. Und wenn ihr wissen wollt, wie es weitergeht, dann vergesst nicht zu abonnieren und zu liken. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Bye.